Hello.
Hi.
I've heard so much about you. Nice to finally meet you. How are you doing?
I just walked out of an orientation with some long-term workers that just got here. So they landed at like 4 hours ago. So they're very tired.
And you took them through an orientation.
Yeah, some initial things you kind of need to know, how to use vehicles and things like that, all the basic
Yeah,
stuff. Living here, and then I ran over here, and here I am.
here you are. Good to see you.
Yeah, you see
I, th
it.
I think we're going to be a disappointment that there won't be as many meetings at New Hope probably as you have to go through every day. So
I think that's a welcome disappointment.
you can spend more time with the Lord.
That would be lovely.
Good. How's stuff?
It's the same story over and over again. We finished session 4 recently, and on Thursday this week we're starting our summer conferences, which is a different type of event. We bring a group of PhD students from the University of Bucharest here. They do a colloquium, they present. And then we also bring our faculty from around the world to have a faculty meeting, and we run both at the same time. And then at the end, we finish it with a full day conference for both groups on Friday. Um, and so, yeah, it's like a change of pace. It's odd. It kind of throws everybody off because our sessions are a little bit, wash, rinse, and repeat. And
Yeah.
this one's completely different. But think it'll be fine. Yesterday I was in the pulpit at our church in Vienna, so that was a good experience. It was good. I have nothing else to say about it other than that. I was
Yeah.
very excited about this sermon because I had one of those moments where when I was preparing for it, I like to just stay away from commentaries at first,
Hmm.
and just read through and do that, 20 or more times and just sit with it for a while and then let it rattle around in my brain, a couple days. I'll
Right.
usually if I'm running, I'll have moments of inspiration when I'm out in my running shoes. And I was excited about this one because I had one of those moments where I was like, I noticed something that I had never noticed before, and I ran with it down a rabbit trail. And it doesn't happen everything, but it bore good fruit. I think it was fun for me. It was very it felt like creative, but also uh, like applicable to people's everyday lives, and it
Good.
was good. That was good. Family's doing good. Marigold's almost 3. So that's fun. That's also hard.
Yeah.
Um, Darcy's so large. Um,
When you get in town, we'll introduce Darcy to Palmer. Maybe
okay.
maybe they are the daughters or son and daughter of Thunder.
Darcy is almost the size of Marigold, and he's 5 months old. This kid is insane.
That is
Um,
funny.
but he's rolling. He also loves just being on his belly and like looking up and laughing. So
Yeah.
that's a good place to be.
We got some good matchups there because Maxine and Marigold, they may run in the church more than you do. So just know.
I'm welcome. I welcome that.
Yeah.
I have a wedding that I'm officiating on August 4th.
Good.
And So I'm like running through premarital counseling right now with this couple, and they have chosen to get married in Hallstatt,
Austria?
which,
Hallstatt?
yeah,
Austria?
Hallstatt,
Okay.
Austria. And for those of you who don't know, if you have seen the Disney,
Which would include me. Go ahead.
if you've seen the Disney movie Frozen, Hallstatt is the town that the Frozen town is based off of.
Oh, wow.
And so this will be, and we're doing it on this little island in the middle of the lake, so it should be pretty beautiful. We're going to try to do it early in the morning and catch like the first sun, and
Oh,
it
wow.
should be very pretty.
Yeah, what could
And
go wrong?
nothing can go wrong.
Nothing go wrong.
Uh,
Weather is consistent, everything.
Everything's going to be perfect. There's
Okay,
nothing
good.
bad that could happen.
Good.
But because of this, I have achieved a milestone in that Jacob Paul Jones just purchased his first suit.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Way to go.
And just to let
Yeah, I need details because I I've recently care about fabrics. So you're gonna have to go through the whole story now.
well, the only story that I'll go through
No.
is that for those for anybody who knows me, you might guess that I feel rather uncomfortable in a full suit. Maybe just because I lack experience in such clothing. Um, so I thought it would be a good idea to do a trial run when I was preaching yesterday, right? I think it's the perfect opportunity. So I walk in full suit, and I did expect people to be surprised because that's not my normal attire, although I'm trying to be reborn
Uh-huh.
as somebody who wears suits. Um, and when I walked in, the pastor's wife started laughing hysterically. And she said, Jacob, you look, she said, Jacob, you look like a dog who's wearing shoes for the first time.
Wow. Wow.
I might need some more practice.
Yeah, that's funny. Because since Easter, I made that a vow at Easter that Easter up through Pentecost, I was going to wear a jacket and tie every day, and I did, and I've kept it up a little bit. I mean, I've missed a couple Sundays, but you're coming in to a very formal environment now.
I need to figure this out. This is the one missing piece for me.
What what kind of tell me what color suit did you go with? Black
It's
or
navy.
navy?
It's navy.
Navy is the best choice, I would tell you for so many reasons, but go on.
Kendra told me that electric yellow was not a good idea.
It's not unless you're in a punk band or something. Yeah,
Which I'm not anymore.
you're not anymore. So good. Wow.
Yeah, so that was an experience, and I'm glad it happened. And now, yeah, the couple that I'm walking through all this with is lovely. It's an old friend from when I was really young, and we
Uh-huh.
were reconnected. And yeah, and so now they want to get married, and now they're going to do a destination wedding here. Hi, Chris.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm great. I have a suit now.
He's got a
Ask
suit.
him how many he's bought in the last 2 months.
Oh
Ask him.
no.
Okay, listen. So most guys, when they get
Okay.
older, have women.
This will definitely be cut out of the of the
So he doesn't
public
have
version.
women. He has new suit jackets and suits. He has new shoes. Well, some of it's because he's lost weight because, his blood sugar stuff. But he's giving me his pants because he can't wear them anymore. And that sucks. Pardon my French. And then we're moving on. And now we're into the fountain pen collection. Oh, wait. I forgot the watch collection.
Wow.
Bob Kelly gave him a watch. All of a sudden, the watch I gave him for a wedding present was good now, so he got a new battery. All it needed was a battery, and the rest of them are all purchased. And
Wow.
we're not talking 39.99. We're talking investigate for 12 hours. One of them is a used one that he got from eBay because it's from Russia, made during his birth year.
Wow.
And his fountain pen collection, and what else? Holy schmoly. Look at
Well,
this.
she says that I'm not in a market for new girls, but I am now. I suddenly am.
His butt looks great, but other than that, it's still the John we know.
I much prefer this version of our meetings. Can we start doing this every time?
Hey, tell your lovely wife hi.
I will.
Love ya.
I love you too.
Wow.
What a pleasant surprise.
What a pleasant surprise. Every day.
That's
I get,
amazing.
I get to wake up to that.
You
So,
live such a good life.
wow. I'm kind of depressed now.
Well, I know now that I don't, I can't participate in all of it, but I think we should go suit shopping because I
We
need help.
should.
Yes.
Okay. This is for everybody now. I will include this.
Okay.
eBay. Serious. Think about it. Old
I'm thinking,
guys that bought nice clothes die, and you can get, I speak from experience, you can get a $700 blazer for $50. Pure
wow.
wool, Italian wool, Laura Piana wool. I'm sorry, that was too weird. But anyway, seriously, if you get your size down, if you know your stuff, it's a pretty interesting place to go. So I'm
Yeah.
just she
Yep.
exaggerates some of that, by the way.
No, of course. Yeah, of course.
She's
I
a
don't care.
or she's a liar is the other way of saying it. Anyway,
Yeah. So yeah, the I'm preaching again in a few weeks. I've got the wedding thing. The what else? I have an article I'm supposed to write for TCM.
oh cool.
And other than that, it's just writing a thesis.
Yeah,
No
that's
big
all.
deal. Uh,
That's all. So
kid stuff.
where you've told me before, where in the process will you be? You will have thesis at least sketched out before you come home, kind of.
Yeah. So what I did was I repented from the error of my ways when I started the thesis.
Okay.
I, I apparently have much too high of a view of myself, and believed that my capabilities were beyond what I thought they were.
Uh-huh.
It turns out, trying to complete a full thesis the same year that you're moving to a different country and having a baby and learning Hebrew for the first time might not be the best strategy.
Oh, truth. Truth.
So I admitted, I humbled myself, and I have reached out to the director of research and gotten a new plan approved. So when I move back, my literature review will be completed.
Okay.
I will then move into, I've given myself a space for my supervisor to look over everything, ask questions, do all that. And then I will write out the specifics of my, I don't know what you call it, I'll call it field research.
Uh-huh.
And it actually is an advantage because my thesis is US centric. So being there in
Yeah.
person is going to make the research part a lot easier. So it's actually a good move. Over next summer, I'll probably do a few interviews and gather some documentation. And then the idea is that I get the rest of the year to write up the end of the thesis and then present hopefully before Advent 2027 is the idea. But I'm not beholden to anything because I still have quite a bit of my MDiv to go, and I really just need to have it finished before my degree's
Right.
done.
Right.
I can, that's what the director told me. He was like, "Yeah, you're not on any kind of timeline. So whatever works for you. I
Yeah.
was like,
I know for a fact that a previous minister at New Hope did two academic projects while he was a minister at New Hope. So you'll find space to do
it'll
that.
be, but it's good. The literature review is going well. I just have the problem of getting lost down rabbit trails. That's hard for me when I get too excited and I just keep running and then I realize, okay, I don't even need all this, you know, and then I backtrack and try to keep moving forward. That's my biggest
Yeah,
flaw is I get too excited.
yeah. And
Um, yeah, I think that's about it. I mean, we're starting the actual transition moves, like discussions. I just did my last like performance review for TCM. We talked about exiting well and like odd things like how to like closing my Austrian bank account. And since my bank account is attached to TCM's bank account, that's like a whole process and um like looking around the house and figuring out what we're going to pack, what we're not going to pack, all that stuff. Um, so yeah, we're starting all that, and it should be fine. I'm not worried about
good. We're not either, obviously. We do have a team, a transition team, I think, the elders.
it. Oh,
So I think Titus is on it and maybe Amy Benzie. I can't remember, but thought it'd be good to have a group you could be in contact with for what you might need, or they communicate what can be provided, that sort of thing.
it's a great idea.
How are you computer wise?
As in, like, do I own a computer?
Yeah, I figured you knew how to use one a little bit. So we're
Yeah. I I mainly use TCM stuff. I don't.
okay.
It's the same story as the rest of my life. I don't own anything. Like
Okay.
I'm just using other people's things. However, I'm on a computer right now that I technically own, and
Ah.
that is Beth's old
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
2015 MacBook Air, and it still works.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I have that one.
Well, I may add one to you as a personal thing. That I ended up, I had MacBook Pros and I went to a MacBook Neo, which is the new thing that's out, and I can't find any. It's not, it doesn't diminish. I mean, it's like $600 and it's not diminished from the $1,500 stuff
Wow.
to me. So if you're willing to slum like that, I may take care of you that way. I won't commit the church to that. We're in a bit of a budget crunch right now, as you will hear in sermons. So
I watched the last one.
did you? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I've I don't know, I've slummed it my whole life. So
Well,
it wouldn't
I
take
mean, I don't like to slum. So this to me, I say I'm slumming, but it seems to do everything, burn down videos, everything, as well as the old ones. So I don't know why the other MacBooks exist. So
Mm, cool.
anyway, you got a car. And
I got a car. Praise
um,
God for that.
yeah, that was a generous thing. And house. Oh, no house yet, but we'll see.
Yeah, we have some ideas. We have a friend who's a real estate agent.
Oh, good.
We are like, we're in contact with her. We're getting like, we'll send her houses and have her kind of like give us the insider details or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Um, but the time of waiting is coming to an end. I was really waiting to see if anything would happen, but it doesn't seem like it is. So, um, I think, yeah, well, I've got an idea of what we can do.
Uh-huh.
So, so I think we've narrowed it down to a few choices. We have our list of things that we're looking for. For instance, for me, I want to be around people.
Yeah.
So like, the house itself is it functional? Is there enough room for everybody? Good. Are we around people?
Yeah.
So that's my number one thing. And Kendra has her list, and we've narrowed it down a little bit. So I'm not worried about anything. It's kind of like exciting to see God has this way of just like creating opportunities or like unexpected things. And I think if you have too much of an idea of like what your plan is, you miss. You
Yeah.
can miss the things that God's already cropping up. So like that's kind of our approach. We're just keeping an eye on things, and yeah, I'm sure there's a place for us. So,
Yeah.
well,
I like that. That's how that's how Chris and I travel, right? You have some things planned and you just wait to see what the other stuff
yeah.
is that comes in. I think that's a good life travel strategy too. So cool. Cool. When you get in town, we talked about doing First Corinthians
Mm,
together.
yeah,
I think
yeah,
that'd be fun.
yeah. Like I was thinking like some kind of like a weekly teaching night
Yeah.
type of thing. I think yeah, I don't know. In my mind, the way it's hard to
Yeah.
describe the way things bounce around in there, but there's quite a distinction between preaching and teaching.
Yeah. I think so.
And I think if you try to, not that you can't preach from the pulpit, like you can sprinkle teaching in there, I think, but if you try to do it too much, I think you crowd out, you know, uh, sort of the beauty of witnessing to the best story ever told, right? Like
Right.
you crowd it out with too much of whatever. And if I had a pastor tell me one time, I always preach to the empty seat, right? So like I'm always preaching to the person who's never come to church before.
Yeah.
And if you try to do too much teaching from the pulpit, you can crowd out those, that the
Yeah.
gospel message in some kind of way. So I really like the idea of teaching. Point in saying that is that you create a new space that's specifically for um, teaching.
Yeah.
People who want to dive deeper into what goes into making the messages at the pulpit and all of those things. So I love that idea.
Yeah. That'd be fun. So much stuff in Corinthians. It's maybe the most, I mean, that's the best window into the early church, I think, to what it was really like to be in the early church, what all was happening, what issues were being dealt with. And Corinthians is just loaded with stuff that seems to have been happening.
Yeah, I mean that's what's interesting. That's why I would want to teach from there early on because it's to me the mistake, not a mistake, but if I was going to err anyway, I
Hmm.
would end up just teaching a class on Corinth itself. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like because
Right.
there's so much in that city that colors the way that Paul wrote to that church uh and so much to take from it. And it once if you have that context, then you approach the letters in a completely different way, and you could pick all kinds of examples.
Yeah. You would pick Corinth as a area of interest. I would pick Paul as an area of interest just because all that's happened in the last 50 years in
Um,
study of Paul is interesting. So there may be some Bible study sessions and some lecture sessions too, because I think just some background on
yeah,
on things that are there that could be fun.
and it would be a lot of fun to do it together
Yeah.
because you know I've stayed connected to you and many people at New Hope. But one of the things that's so exciting about moving back is like being with,
Yeah.
like actually with, and to do things together, and to navigate topics and just to have open dialogue about them, whether that's in the classroom, if that's what you want to call it, or even just us talking about it before. That sounds like a lot of fun, and like different perspectives, different approaches. I think the more, I'll say, like diverse viewpoints you can bring in
Yeah.
to a teaching space, the better. And it sounds like fun. Like we could take turns, you
Oh,
know, in lessons and learning from.
rebuttal,
Yeah.
rebuttal. I,
Does
wa-
anybody have any questions? Yeah, I got a question.
I got one. Where did you get that? I'm kidding. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
So we should book it at some point, but I don't know. Now's a good time.
No, let's land,
Yeah,
and then make that one of our first things that I
yeah,
think we'll put on the calendar once we get the ball rolling with
yeah.
things. Because
The retired me hopes to do more. The retired me hopes to do more teaching too. I had said on Sunday, Robert Wilkin, church historian, he's got a book, The First Thousand Years. It's about the first 1,000 years of Christianity, and I think people don't know. Uh, they need to know a helpful amount of church history to kind of get pictures. We have all these prejudices about things that have happened, why they've happened. I think to just have some sense of why things developed the way they did is would be good. And Robert Wilkin would be a good one. He died last month. I'm at this stage in my life where all my heroes are dying, right in front of me.
oh
Yeah,
boy,
sad, isn't it? It's
well,
sad, isn't it?
we can
So.
talk about that later if you want to.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't get too close to me is probably the message there.
No, even like yeah, I love all of that. Like one of the things uh I remember I found out about Corinth, that just like it's not even really like a lesson or anything, but just that the city was destroyed in like the mid second century BC, and then it was rebuilt 100 years later by Caesar.
Okay. So it was a new city
It's a
in
new
a way.
city. And it like and then like knowing like kind of what the population of the city was, and like what the culture, what the vibe of, but that those type of things I think are interesting to me. And I think the more you can have to color the way you read the scriptures, like who Paul was talking to, I think the
Yeah,
better.
that's cool.
That's my.
Uh, Pat Shoemaker and I've been talking about we need to do a New Hope tour to the Mediterranean world and do visit the Paul places. She and John went and did that kind of tour, and I think it was in Thessaloniki. But John's big takeaway was he saw a place where Paul very likely used the bathroom. There was a
Oh,
public
perfect.
restroom. I like that. I like that. So
Yeah. Really makes you look at Paul a different way,
yeah, it does. Yeah, intimate, intimate world of Paul.
Yeah, that's
That's
great.
this. Yeah,
Maybe I'll do something like that someday, and then I'll
yeah,
ask the tour guide, could you
yeah.
take me to that place that Paul uses the bathroom?
Tuesday daily readings announcement on my computer. So there's that.
Yeah,
Okay. I don't
cool.
know. That's probably good for now. Any closing word that's very especially meaningful or anything? Have you, oh,
Um,
I was going to ask you, have you thought about preaching here, how you might like to go about it? I don't know. You don't even know what kind of preacher you are, right? You don't know how
like
you go about a sermon, but you don't know how you preach across time, really, do you?
yeah, if you're talking about like a year's calendar.
Something like that.
Okay, so that is actually, the idea of laying out a sermon calendar, uh, it scratches a very specific itch in my brain. It's like it's so close to my personality that uh, I've I've got 3 years worth of ideas for sermon calendars, not to implement, but that I just did for fun.
Yeah.
So like I'm a big proponent of having like a we'll call it a unified flow,
Yeah.
right? So like if there's a topic or a theme that's being preached from the pulpit, my thought is that all elements of what we do should touch on it in some facet. So like we're doing small groups, it
Yeah.
doesn't have to be the same thing, but it should be in the, like let's say the preaching is here, then small groups should bring it here. Your teaching brings it, a little bit, even the youth group. And if you could somehow have a way of like unifying all of those themes throughout a given calendar year, then what I think, and of course, I'm just a guy who's I'm just a guy who's got
Yeah.
dreams and who likes to nerd out on Excel and make calendars and stuff like that.
That's great.
However, the theory would be that no matter what level you're engaged in the congregation, whether you're there on Sundays, you're there every other Sunday or whatever, or if you're the person that comes every Sunday, you go to every teaching thing, you have a kid in youth, you're doing all the things, then everyone should have a theological collision place, like some sort of common topic that everybody's interacting with on some level, and to create this, I don't know, sort of a unified vibe, so that like with your youth group,
Yeah.
your kids are doing the same topic, they're just doing it a different way. You're going to engage with your small groups on that same topic in a different way. And not dictating what the content of all those things have to be, but getting leadership, like all the different people that are leading the different things on board with the same general idea or theme. Um, not that, you know, not that everything has to be the way uh, I dream it would be, but I will say that I've nerded out about that idea for
I think
years.
that's good. It plays back into what you talked about earlier when you're running and you know where a sermon's going, a lot of the work takes place there. And if you know what's ahead, very often the thoughts about what's ahead keep coming up, and you're already well into it by the time 4 weeks come up, and you've already been on topic for a while. So it's good. Good. You're wise beyond your years.
I don't know about that. I don't know how to wear a suit, John.
That's problematic.
It is problematic. I got to figure this out.
Yeah, well, the main thing this has done, I know what I can gift you whenever a birthday or something comes around. I can get you a tie that goes with a navy suit.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah. Uh, on the on the topic of preaching, though, I don't want there to be any idea that I think it needs to be. I say this all the time in different areas, and I think it's good to repeat. I have no vision of anything ever being the Jacob Show.
yeah,
One of my favorite things about being the campus pastor here has been learning what people are gifted in and plugging them into those things or equipping them to do them or even just encouraging them that they can do them.
yeah.
And I always say that when I organize a worship service here at House Edelweiss, if everything goes the way I thought it would, then I should be standing in the back watching,
Right, right.
at least in this context. And when that happens, I get so much joy from God, just like watching everybody play out like the ways that God has gifted them in front of other people, even if they thought they couldn't do it.
Yeah, you're coming into a situation where there's a bunch. I mean, there was a time when if I wasn't there on a Sunday, we scrambled to find what we had to get an outside preacher to come in. And now we would never do that because you got John Titus and John Bundick and Paul Stamper. Plus, we've had great sermons from females in the last couple of years that have been amazing, and I've only touched on it. So one of the best things I learned to do was to shut up every now and then. I don't do it often enough, but it's pretty amazing what happens in the church when other people get to raise their voice. So you're coming into a good environment for that too.
It's a beautiful thing. And I have a strong bend, not towards getting out of my job, but
Right. No, it's
rather,
I would, can I interject that it is harder for me on me not to preach and to follow somebody and to make sure they got what they need and then to worry about it. Because I don't worry when I do anymore, but I worry. I care what's going to happen, and there's more anxiety and more work for me when somebody else preaches than when I preach.
yeah.
Anyway,
And I think that I think that the one of the I have a limited amount of experience, but in the experience that I've had um, from TCM, I have a very big bend towards um, like proactive discipleship,
mhm.
right? And a part of that is equipping people to blossom in these different, not that everybody has to do whatever, A, B, and C, but I've just found that there's an immense amount of joy
Yeah,
that I've experienced when I watch it happen. Um, and Actually, I felt that maybe for the first time, maybe for the first time, I'm not sure. But with back in the day with Colby Lovins,
oh yeah.
that's the way I felt with him, and I've been chasing that high ever since. But
Yeah. We can live off anecdotes for a long time. I tell people your compliment just gave me another 3 months in ministry, right? The, the beautiful stories that happen can keep you going for a long time.
no, and I have a bend towards that,
Yeah.
working with people, helping them find.
I'm looking because we may get shut down here any minute because I'm too cheap to buy the extended version of Zoom. So Zoom is probably going to shut me down at my 40 minutes here in a second. So
Okay.
you have a final word? Say something wise. I'm kidding. It does. Don't you like being put on the spotlight?
You may do a benediction.
Yeah. God bless you and keep you and make his countenance shine upon you and give you peace.
Amen.
And give you peace and give you peace and give you peace. We sing that all the time. Anyway, that is our benediction. I'm really looking forward to all we've talked about because this is just a preview of what we will get to do and act in reality soon. So that's good.
Awesome.
All right. Behave.
Well, love you.
Love you, man. Take care. Bye bye.